Hi, good morning. I've been on my book tour last few days, last 1 week, promoting and talking about the healing self all over the country, but I'm now getting ready to go to Dubai for a world government's leadership conference, and I'm really looking forward to it. But I want to thank you once again for your gracious support of the healing self. So, as I'm reflecting about the future and as I'm thinking about how we need a new global leadership in order to repair our wounded planet. Dex ground in from Qatar. Nice to meet you, Dex. So, as I'm thinking about how to repair our wounded planet with all its problems of climate change and all its problems of eco-destruction and social and economic injustice and radical poverty and chronic diseases and extinction of species and mechanized death with all kinds of advanced technologies, including nuclear weapons and biological warfare and internet hacking. It seems like we may be close to extinction, but I have always believed that when there is a crisis and when there is danger, there's also opportunity. But at this moment, I think nothing is more important than to harness our collective creativity, harness our collective intelligence, both emotional intelligence, social intelligence, intellectual intelligence, to actually not only repair the damage humans have done, but to actually create a kind of paradise on earth where there would be more peace, social and economic justice, joy, health, happiness, and a sustainable planet. So how do we do that? And I think we do that by grooming and mentoring a new generation of visionary leaders. So I want to start with something very, very basic. We can only achieve greatness and allow it to unfold if we shift our identity to that fundamental reality in which we experience the world, in which we experience our body, in which we experience our mind. If we can work from there, if we can establish ourselves in witnessing awareness and then perform action, then we can unfold our greatness and we can unfold the greatness of others. And so let's talk a little bit about that. Our true self is the witnessing awareness in which we experience that which we call the world in the form of sense perceptions, that which we call our body also in the form of sense perceptions, and in which we experience our mind in the form of thoughts and feelings and emotions and memories and desires. All of that is already present in witnessing awareness because It is witnessing awareness that is modifying itself into those experiences that we call the world, the body, and the mind. So we need a shift in identity. And when we shift there, then automatically, very slowly but surely, there is the unfoldment of full potential. By the way, the Sanskrit expression for this is yogast kuru karmani. Established in yoga, perform action. Yogast kuru karmani. Established in yoga, perform action. But yoga means union, so established in union with the source of all that exists, which is pure consciousness, pure awareness. And pure awareness is self-organizing, is self-evolving, is self-correcting, it's infinite creativity, infinite correlation. It is also unpredictable. It's the source of volition, choice, free will. And it is inseparable from all that is. So when we are established in that witnessing awareness, then spontaneously we have what is called Ichha Shakti. Ichha Shakti is spontaneous fulfillment of desire. We have spontaneously Kriya Shakti. Kriya Shakti is spontaneous right action. We have Gyan Shakti, spontaneous knowing, or what is called meta knowing. And we have attributes like intuition and creativity and archetypal awareness and vision, and the right response comes to us as needed. There is no anticipation, there is no regret, there is no resistance. There is the experience of flow, there is the experience of transcendence, there is joy, and there is spontaneous love and synchronicity, yes, and we experience synchronicity. And there is lightheartedness. So this is what we need. We need a shift in identity. Not as a body-mind, separate from the universe, but as the awareness in which the mind, the body, and the universe, personal relationships, social interactions, and environment are a unified experience. That would be true success and a spiritual way to achieve success. But let us define what we mean, first of all, by spiritual. So I want to talk about spirituality without its religious connotations, which it can have, but let's define spirituality in very simple terms as self-awareness and self-realization. To know that the self of the individual is the self of all that exists, the self of that which we call the universe. Because after all, there can be only one ground of all existence. One ground of all existence that we experience personally as a personal mind, a personal body, and a personal experience of the universe. Self-awareness leading to self-realization, the knowing of who we are. Then success follows. Success redefined as the spontaneous realization of worthy goals, spontaneous realization of worthy goals, the ability to have love and compassion, and most importantly, never to be reactive or or in the fight or flight stressful mode, but always being centered in that witnessing awareness where intuition, creativity, vision, archetypal awareness and the transcendent possibilities all coexist simultaneously. So this would be the spiritual path to success, but it would also be the spiritual path to fulfillment and joy, and ultimately to true leadership. There are many, many definitions of leadership and many schools of leadership today, including what is called thought leadership, business leadership, market leadership, team leadership, servant leadership, what is called the spider model of leadership, on and on. But I think true leadership can only come from the level of our being, the level of our core consciousness, the level of our soul, the level of our spirit, the level of our awareness, whatever you might want to call it. Whatever you might want to call it. This kind of leadership involves a deep listening from the level of the senses, the level of the heart, the level of the intellect, but more importantly, the level of being or stillness. And in that deep listening, there is the spontaneous emergence of vision. And that spontaneous emergence of vision brings with it a construct, a story. So we are all living our stories at the moment and our constructs. That's what makes human beings different from other species who just have raw experience but no story around it. Now the highest level, I think, would be to not only construct a story, where did we come from, where are we now, where are we going, what are the obstacles and the challenges along the way, along with the opportunities, because obstacles, challenges and opportunities are all the same thing. And the story must also have a why. Why do we want to go where we want to go? And then how do we get there? What is the path? And then what happens when we get there? And then how do we see endless possibilities from the top of the mountain so we can continue our journey as good travelers who have no intention of arriving, where the arriving is always now. The point of all arrival is always now. But there is joy in that lightness of being as we create stories, as we embed them in as we embed ourselves in the stories, and as we manifest the stories from the unmanifest level of being into the manifest level of being. We imbue raw experience with meaning, purpose, and story. And then we live out that story, and that could be a very fulfilled and beautiful life. So first comes deep listening, and then comes emotional and social intelligence, because we can never do anything by ourselves. A good team is always one where people complement their strengths, where people are emotionally bonded and spiritually bonded, and where they have a shared vision. So that's the second step. The third step is to expand the awareness and understand the hierarchy of needs that humans have, from survival and safety to achievement, to love and belonging, to self-esteem, to creative expression, to higher vision, and ultimately transcendence, enlightenment, or self-actualization. an expanded hierarchy of needs from Abraham Maslow, which is basically metaphorically expressed in the 7 chakras. And then the leadership that emerges from those 7 levels, the protector, the entrepreneur, the team builder, the one who can create self-esteem and empower others, the one who can be a visionary, and the one that can unfold the greatness that exists in all of us. So, listening, emotional, spiritual intelligence, expanding our awareness, and then being action-oriented, to have what are called SMART goals, to stretch more than we can reach, to make everything measurable, to have agreement, collective agreement on the why, the what, and the how. And to record our progress and to set time limits. These are called SMART goals, S-M-A-R-T. And when we can do that, then no goal is unachievable, because we are inherently goal-seeking as biological organisms. We want to imbue our life with meaning and purpose, and we want to create a story that inspires greatness and unfolds greatness in everyone. So that would be action. Not only dreaming, but actually manifesting the dream by doing. And this can only happen if we get our ego out of the way, if we empower ourselves by being centered in being, and if we help others to be empowered. And following that, we take responsibility. We assume that we are the cause of everything that happens, that we become role models for action. We are willing to take risks, and we are willing to take criticism as feedback, not being personally offended. And we are willing to create the ideal experience in our heart, which is love and joy and empathy and compassion and equanimity, but we're also willing to embrace a healthy and create a healthy, energetic body and lightness of being for ourselves and for others. With that responsibility, which is the ability to respond, the ability to respond creatively instead of reacting from past memories and being imprisoned by karma. That's responsibility. In this whole gestalt is the emergence of synchronicity, which has also been called spontaneous fulfillment of desire, or Ichha Shakti. The Shakti, the divine feminine that unfolds as greatness in all of us. So if this appeals to you, why not come together in the great ecosystem right now, which is our global brain, which is where we are having this conversation anyway, right now, in shared awareness, in the global interconnection that we can achieve through technology. By the way, that was one of the purposes of creating Jayo as well. So please download the app, Jayo, and please become part of this global community, JIYO. And I know that you're sending me questions at the following email, info@jayo.com, and I look at all your questions and comments, and then I decide what I'm going to say almost on a daily basis. Nicole Skaggs says, Jayo rocks. Thank you, Nicole. That's wonderful. Great comment. Okay, so I'm going to take a 15-second break as my acknowledgement to Facebook and the privilege I have for being an influencer on Facebook. And after 15 seconds, I'll come up with 7 sutras, 7 formulas that will set us on the path to fulfillment, leadership, joy, and success. 7 sutras. Annette, Jayo is spelled J-I-Y-O, jayo.com. See you in 15 seconds. So here are the 7 sutras. Number 1, Aham Brahmasmi. I am the universe. I am is the ground of being, frequently called Atman Brahman, and then the universe is called Brahmand. The universe is the excited state of awareness. That includes mind and body. Number 2 sutra, Tattvam Asi. I am that, you are that, all this is that, that alone is. So, what do we mean by that? We mean witnessing awareness, pure consciousness, pure awareness, infinite possibilities, infinite creativity, infinite love, boundless joy. Tattvam Asi. Sutra number 2. Sutra number 3, Sankalp. Pronounced Sankalp, written as S-A-N-K-A-L-P-A. So Sankalp is subtle intention. When there is subtle intention from the level of being, then intention fulfills itself through self-organization. Subtle intention at the level of being has infinite organizing power. So that's Sutra 3. Aurora Carlson is keeping track and is naming them here. So watch out for her guidance here. Maybe she can post these as well. Sutra number 4, Shiva Shakti. This is the harmonious interaction of the elements and forces of the universe, which we experience as the divine masculine and the divine feminine. The divine masculine includes strength and power and initiative and risk-taking. And the divine feminine, of course, embody motherhood, nurturing, beauty, intuition, guidance, love, beauty. I mentioned that, alchemy, healing, connection with nature. I mentioned these divine feminine attributes as Demeter, Mother, Persephone, healer, alchemist, Hestia, homemaker, Artemis, connection with nature, Athena, wisdom, Aphrodite, love and sexuality, and then Artemis, I think I mentioned that too. But they're all basically the divine feminine manifesting and dancing with the divine masculine. Shiva Shakti. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi Sankalp Shiva Shakti. Moksha. True freedom. Freedom from all conditioning. Moksha. That would be number 5, I think. Moksha. Freedom. Going to Rumi's favorite, one of my favorite quotes from Rumi, which is, why do you stay in prison when the door is wide open? The prison is the prison of karma or conditioning. But we can go beyond that when we move our center of identity to witnessing awareness. So 2 more sutras to go, and then we will have a clearer understanding. All this, by the way, is also present in the tantric traditions, which are part of the great wisdom of Vedanta, and they are expressions, ritualized expressions of how to take sutras, awareness, attention, and intention, and bring the unmanifest into the manifest. Okay, so let's talk about the remaining sutras that I had promised I would talk about. Ritam, R-I-T-A-M. Ritam is the order of the universe. The word ritam is related to the English word rhythm. The biological organism, which is part of the cosmos. So we have rhythms inside us, biological rhythms. Our body-mind is part of the cosmos. The symphony of the stars, the symphony of the spheres, and we dance to the symphony even though we can't name the tune. Solongo says, rhythm of love. Yes, rhythm of love. As is the universe, so is the atom. As is the microcosm, so is the macrocosm. As is the human body, so is the cosmic body. The human mind, the cosmic mind. So remember always to anchor yourself in cycles of rest and activity, connection with nature, grounding, good sleep, meditation. Dancing to the symphony of the cosmos, even though we can't name the tune. So let's go over what I've shared so far. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi, Sankalp, Moksha, Shiva Shakti, Ritam, and let's come to the final sutra, which is putting it all together. Okay, putting it all together. The journey that has only one destination. And that destination is full awakening into enlightenment and the full unfolding of greatness from that level of enlightenment. Sat Chit Ananda. Sat Chit Ananda is the 7th sutra. Sat means truth. Chit knowing, consciousness, the knowing element in every experience, and Ananda, eternal joy or bliss. So there we are, the 7 sutras on our journey to unfolding the greatness that we all have as spiritual beings having a human experience, as non-local beings having a local experience. So I hope this was helpful, and we now have these 7 sutras to anchor ourselves in Yogast Kuru Karmani. Yogastha Kuru Karmani. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for sending me comments, and thank you for supporting our collective journey, and also this book, The Healing Self with Rudy Tanzi. Be sure to come on to Jayo and to hang out together, post your welfies, share your story. I know Aurora has shared her story and inspired others to share their stories. So go to Jayo and look for my story and share it so we can all learn from your experiences, your challenges, and how you converted those challenges into great opportunities. Thank you. See you soon.